Thank you, Megan. Thank you so much for giving me a couple of minutes to talk about this incredible film, lovely film. I have to confess, it's my first time uh, talking with someone who works as a culinary producer. So tell me a little bit what is it exactly what you do, and if this is your first film as a food stylist.
So it's my first time too, because normally food stylists don't get interviews like this. But um, yeah, so this was a very unique project. Normally, when as a food stylist, we're day players. So if there's a food scene in a movie, we're there for the food scene and we make the food look pretty. We have plenty for resets and things like that, and then that's it. But this movie is all about cake, and
Hmm.
cake was a huge part of it. So I was very lucky to be on the project from start to finish. And it's all about, making beautiful cakes that will sing on screen and then having plenty of backups so we could swap them out if they were melting or if anything like
Hmm.
that happened, or in case if someone dropped it. I don't know, things like that.
So I worked for so many years in the world of advertising, and I know that there's a lot of food stylists that does not use real food, and it is amazing what it is achieved with inedible ingredients. So tell me a little bit about this. Which cakes were real and which cakes were not?
Well, it's very different with advertising. I've definitely done some advertising before, and yes, we have
Okay,
our little secrets and tricks up our sleeves.
exactly.
But when it comes to actual like a movie or a TV show where the actors are eating, we really don't
Okay,
mess with it like that. We really just make sure to have so many, like we have
okay.
multiples, we have extra
Hmm.
in case like you do a scene where you're cutting it, and then we've done that scene over and over, and then we got to go to the next one and do the cut again. And Trish, our director, was very flexible with me, so we decided on 5 cakes, and that was like our number. So every time one
Okay,
cake played, we had 5 of them. um
okay.
but yeah, those not many of the cakes were fake. There were a couple where it would be a cake that was playing in the scene and it wasn't being cut. It was just seen whole and she's just
Okay.
carrying it. We could easily do a cake dummy underneath. But most of the cakes were all real.
Okay, excellent. So how challenging was, how do you handle all the stress of working on a film set when you have so many important elements that you were mentioning, like for example, or either the weather or temperature, or you had so many takes and so many products or cakes, or how do you
Yeah,
handle
so
that
we
that that,
we,
that
we
kind of
always
stress?
had we always had the 5 cakes, but we
Okay.
also our location department provided a what they call a cube truck, and on the cube truck we had a
Oh,
double door refrigerator that came with us to
oh,
every location. So every time we were at a new location, because the movie is 90% at locations, so we would load all the cakes in there, and then we'd have one on set, and then as we needed to swap it out, we would. And that was a way to keep the cakes cold and fresh.
so tell me about working with did she have to go through some kind of training with you to make her look like a believable pastry chef?
We did a Zoom class. I think it was like a COVID situation at the time, which is why we did it over Zoom. But I had a cake kit for her where it was like a cake round. It had frosting, it had piping tips, it had spatulas, and so I had an identical one as her, so I could show her. Okay, grab the star tip, and now we're gonna pipe. On top of the cake. And I went with her from start to finish on how to build a cake and frost it and make it look nice and clean, to piping and decorating and writing.
Excellent. So which one would you say was the best seller, the best cake you made for the film? Because there's one that I was like, wow, the pumpkin cake. Obviously, it wasn't in a pivotal and tender and an important scene that makes it kind of different. But which one would you say was the cake?
Gosh, like in terms of what everyone liked the most, or
Exactly,
I
exactly.
mean, actually, the pumpkin pie cake people loved. Like they went crazy for it. I really did add pumpkin and spice to it. I wanted it to
Oh,
read like a pumpkin pie and taste like a pumpkin pie. But I know that the spiced rum cake that had these spiced candied pecans on top. Everyone loved as well, and still to this day talk about those spiced pecans. But yeah, I would say those two
How
were
about
big
the
favorites.
cannabis, the THC?
Oh, the THC, yeah, that one was good too. It was not cherry flavored, but it had the marbling of the red and the white in the center, and the cherries and the pot leaves all studded all over it, which was really cool.
Oh my God, my mouth is watering. So thank you so much, Megan. My time is up. Thank you so much for giving me this time to talk about this film. It is a lovely film, has so many interesting and fascinating topics. So again, congratulations on such a wonderful, wonderful job. So thank you
Thank
so
you
much
so
and stay
much. I
safe whatever you
appreciate
have.
it.
Have a great day.